Hey man, welcome back to the channel. I told y'all, man, they tried Dave Chappelle. What did I tell you, man? I told y'all don't be going around and trying no comedians on stage, man. This is crazy, man. This dude tried to run up on stage with Dave Chappelle. He tried to spear him like Goldberg. Dude tried to spear him like Goldberg and Edge from WWE. Bro, he Dave Chappelle sidestepped him. He low-key juked him out of a tackle, right? Boom, juked him out. Dave grabbed his arm and take his left leg and he kicks in his elbow and pulls the dude's arm back, instantly snaps the dude's arm in half. That's exactly what he gets, man. Then security is running around the stage like a chicken with their head cut off, literally doing the exact opposite of what they trained to do. Man, they tried to get Dave Chappelle, man. I'm telling you, this is not just some random person. Dave Chappelle got enemies in the system. He got enemies in the industry. They've been trying to get Dave Chappelle. This dude, this dude, man. I know he just tackled him, but you know he had a strap on him, right? You know that the 12 then caught him with a strap. He had a huge shank knife, and he ran up on the stage, and they let him run up on the stage. Oh man, I wish somebody tried to run up on me because they would never get the chance to come. Even if I was on the stage, let's say you was on the stage, right? Wouldn't you think that the security that's hired for the event, like your security, the event security, the venue security, they would make sure that nobody runs on stage with a gun and a knife, right? But no, it's just so that mysteriously all these people are just getting away with jumping on stage. People are just getting away with doing all these things to artists, comedians. Is because, look, if Dave Chappelle was Louis C.K., they would never let anybody get close to that stage. If Dave Chappelle was somebody else, right? If Dave Chappelle was, man, just like a regular old comedian, right? Like Joe Dirt or something, they would never let nobody on stage at all. But the fact that it's, oh, Dave Chappelle or it's some other dude and, somebody that they're not taking as seriously because they're like, oh, that's just Dave Chappelle. Like, we don't need to protect him like that. For some reason, they be thinking that they don't got to protect certain people, but they protect others. Like, that's crazy. If it was Taylor Swift on stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was somebody else on stage, Adele or something like that, they would have never let them get on stage like that. So the fact that, man, especially after the whole will thing, it's like if you see somebody get out of their seat, you should already be pinning them down like, hey, you're not finna try a will scene on us. And Dave Chappelle's his new Netflix special just leaked, and he was talking about how if somebody ran up on him that they won't like the rest of their evening because Dave Chappelle gonna beat him up, right? He gonna defend himself. The next thing you know, after that, they send this dude up there to go up there with him. It's because Dave Chappelle made all them jokes about them type of people and they don't like him and they're gonna try to find a way to take him out. Like, this is not the first time. Like, this is not the first time that you're gonna hear about this kind of thing. They're gonna be all summer trying Dave Chappelle at this show, that show. Don't forget, Mike Tyson has some dude pull a strap out on him. So a lot of people who you think is like legendary and have a lot of respect, no, it's not the same because don't forget, these certain groups and these certain people will pay to have a hitman. They'll pay to have a hater go and try to run up on you or do this and do that. They basically are, it's a never ending game. That's why you have to take your security more seriously. Like, man, I don't know. I mean, Dave Chappelle, he could hold his own and stuff, but it's like, man, you got to bring people who are going to make sure nobody gets on that stage, let alone try to tackle you. And then it's like the fact that the security, the guy gets out of his seat, okay? They let him get away with that. He makes it to the front of the venue where he doesn't have a ticket for. They let him slide with that. He climbs on the stage. The security still don't react. They're still standing still, feet frozen on the ground. They still don't do nothing. The guy at this point is running at Dave Chappelle full speed, and the security still don't move. That's how you know this was a setup. That's how you know it's a planned attack on Dave Chappelle. Like, they was really trying to get that man hurt out here. And y'all gotta realize that how are they gonna they're not gonna, these security didn't do nothing until after the guy tackled him and after they found out that Dave didn't get basically hurt by this guy at all. So they were actually willing to let the guy hit Dave and maybe even try to cut him or maybe even try to fire off at him. But they weren't going to do nothing until that part was done. So you see what I'm saying? They set him up. They purposely let the guy get on stage and try to do something to Dave, except their plan failed. The guy didn't do nothing to Dave. The guy got his arm broken. He got beat up. So the plan backfired on everybody. And then that's why the security were acting stupid, running in circles. Like, they didn't even know if they had the right guy. Like, it was multiple people running on that stage. Like, one security guy was scared, so he ran off to backstage. And the rest of the security thought he was the guy or something, so they start chasing after him. Whole time, Dave Chappelle's the only person holding down the guy that attacked him. Man, so y'all got to realize that they in conjunction, like, they really trying to make it so that something happened to these people. And due to the fact that the security didn't do nothing until after the fact, that's a red flag. Like, y'all should already know that it should be people waiting right there at the bottom of the stage to make sure nobody comes up on there. There's only one way you can get on stage, and that's through the backstage. And you have to either be invited or a performer or some kind of staff on the set. And so why don't they make it to where you can't get on the stage any other way than if you were actually involved in the show? So they don't have no guards watching the front. Like, any concert you go to and stuff like that, they got guards at the front. They got gates and everything at the front of the stage. They have barriers and barricades to keep you away from the stage. And in between that, they have big old security dudes, sumo wrestlers. And I just, it's just crazy that they let the guy get on the stage and actually try something without, there's people strapped there. Like, they could have pretty much shot the dude down as he's running. They could have tackled the dude as he was running. They could have stopped him and tripped him before he got on stage. There was somebody that could have pulled him down. But no, they didn't do none of that. That means that they were trying to make it so that something happened to Dave. Everybody was playing a part, but the thing backfired because Dave was on his P's and Q's. He was right there, knew exactly what to do. So we're going to see. Maybe on the next one, Dave going to be strapped up himself, and he might end up catching a body at the comedy show. And it ain't going to be a joke then. So y'all got to realize, man, y'all got to leave Dave Chappelle alone and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below if you rocking with Dave Chappelle. If you a Dave Chappelle fan, if you think he's funny, comment down below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel.